For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manns. Let's review what happened in the first hour trading pit on August 16th, 2018. Now, bear in mind, we had a 200-point gap first thing in the morning, so as I said in the room today, I deferred all of my orders until later in the session. So technically, in the first hour trading pit, we didn't have any of these things triggered. There was a Baltimore chop. That one turned around and reversed us out at break even after moving $1 in our favor. I'm going to say we were asleep at the switch on that one, but let's go through the fastball XRV setups before we talk about anything else. ALLE, this one opened within the parameters of the XRV trading setups, but it jumped right over all of us when it came time to get a fill. So there was no fill on this one. Initially, I had a stop on this right down in here about $84.62. My plan was that once I got in, I would pull that stop up into about $84.95, and then hopefully it was going to get it up into about $85.29 as the morning went on. The ultimate target on that was $86.57, but as I said, no fill, so no profit on ALLE. Here's Franco Nevada. Those of you who are leaving these orders set up over the course of the day and just letting the machine automate them were rewarded for this today. I've already spoke to several of you regarding this. Congratulations. That's good habit, especially if you remember to check back with your machine before the closing bell to ensure that those orders have all been taken care of, that the bracket orders were in fact executed and canceled. If you wind up floating around in the range somewhere, then what happens is you don't get taken out of these positions. But bearing that in mind, Franco Nevada, first thing in the morning, it gapped. This one opened above what would have been our stop loss, which was $66.43. But right around 11:15, the market let it drift lower, and FNV managed to get down through the $65.90 entry price. Those of you using the $1 targets on these, the exit would have been $64.90. And of course, if you were using the floor trader pivot, $64.76, like our friend Goran does, then you would have been taken out at that pivot. So $1 per share traded on FNV, but not in the first hour. So just let me say again, if what you're doing is only trading the first hour, hour and a half, and then canceling the orders, and that's the system that you use, then don't feel bad about this. The important thing is that you're consistent in how you apply your trading strategies. If walking away from a machine and leaving orders open and bracketed up is not in your comfort zone, then don't do it, and just a day like today is going to be missed opportunity, that's all. Next one on the list was Guess. This never came even close to triggering. This opened to the upside. There was no entry opportunity on this one. The initial stop that I had on it was about $22.01, but it never violated the low of yesterday's session, so we never had the opportunity to get a trade-off in GES. LWLA, Weston Holdings Incorporated. Here's another one where the second mouse got the cheese. You had a stop loss on this, or at least I did, $69.91. Stock did not trigger in that first hour of trading. So the whole time we were in the pit, this did not give us an entry indication. Then right around the noon hour in New York, look what happened. $68.92 was the trigger, $68.23, that first pivot line, the target. So if you had these automated, you got taken off right here. And if you were sitting there staring at your screen for some reason, you could have probably got the extension down to $67.20. But the move from $68.92 down to $68.23, again, if you had these automated and left your machine, you had a nice profit here. And if you didn't, don't worry about it. Just plan your trades and trade your plan. RGLD, another late trigger. Here we had a 76.81 go line on this one. And then based on yesterday's trading, the stop would have been up around $78.07. So we were looking for the opportunity to move that stop as quickly as we possibly could. Had we been triggered in the morning, my plan, once again, was to get the stop down into this range, $77.47. And then ultimately, had we had a move in our favor right out of the open, I would have been looking at this $77.06 level. As it turns out, if you were at your machine when this one did trigger, which was later in the session, then in the final hour of trading, it was pretty much a no-brainer to get that stop down to $77.06 because of these highs right here. And then once the break happened to the downside, this is a good example of where you're going to have to be there to close this trade out, because the pivot line on this one was down at $75.77. $75.81 would have been your target on this, and a closeout would not have occurred because the lowest that it went was 76.02, so it closed 3 minutes prior to the closing bell would have got you out of this $76.13. It's another nice little gain for the fastball XRV later in the session. Finally, we had Schnitzer Steel Industries, ticker symbol SCHN. This one would have had a go line right down here at $25.09. You'll recall in the room I said I was deferring that order, and I was in fact going to require a move beyond the full 10 cents to trigger me in. That didn't happen. I was really very nervous about that gap this morning. 200-point gaps tend to be very bad days for the initial trade, at least, on the stocks. So we were deferring it. Our initial stop loss would have been up around $25.33, just based on this tight closing range yesterday. So if I did get triggered in, I was going to have a tight stop. Anyways, never came back down, never came around, never got us in, whether it was in the first hour or on the automated trades. As for the Baltimore Chop this morning, we had an ADR, an American Depository Receipt. That was WUBA. So WUBA opened, had a 2 standard deviation gap to the upside. Rick Kipp called this one in the first hour trading pit. We had an entry on the move down below $64.74. Stop loss up here at $65.98 initially, so a big stop, but then the entry bar trigger was fortunately down lower, so $65.38 wound up being the stop on this trade. And that is about the end of the brilliance, because Rick and I were looking for a move that got down to this level of volume here at $63.57, and we really dropped the ball here because we had a full dollar in open profits, and the stock almost touched that profit objective. And you know, I guess we were looking at something else. We didn't take it off. A bunch of you said you got it in the first hour trading pit. Managed to peel off close to $1 a share. Congratulations. As for me, break the rules, you go back to school, right? No different than for anybody else. So tomorrow I will pay much closer attention to my Baltimore Chop setups and focus on that price action when we get close to a volume inflection point. So there you have it. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly from Thursday. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you had a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. It's the best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.